Well, yesterday I made the difficult decision to quit doing this. Psych, major look, I'm just quitting doing this every single day. So yeah, I'm kind of quitting, but not really. I'm just switching to that Monday, Wednesday, Friday format that I've been talking about for a long time to make it more manageable because I need more time to do things during the day. Yesterday was my first day off. I was like, all right, it's a Tuesday, I'm not posting, so let's just enjoy the day. I decided to take a day off filming because it's been over a month that I've just been filming, editing, posting every single day. So instead, I used the time I went to the beach with my brother without filming. I went to the gym with my brother without filming. Damn, I should make a friend other than my brother. I also posted a job listing to find a developer to help me make my app that I've been talking to you guys about. I had a meeting with someone that didn't happen until about 10 p.m. It was a lot of like writing up proposals, figuring things out exactly the way I wanted to do them. I was finally able to put my mind on something else other than what I was going to film and what I was going to edit. So having the time to use the day differently than I've been using it in the last month was very beneficial to me. And I feel like I finally got something rolling, something started other than posting these updates, which are essentially the same things every day. Now, I'll tell you another thing, the itch seems to have, I am still itchy, but it's definitely a psychosomatic thing. I can fight it. It's hard to explain. Like, it's not like I'm actually itchy because of some underlying issue. It seems definitely like it's just my brain. Things have been a little bit interesting for me since I quit, obviously. My brain has been a little more active. When I close my eyes to go to sleep at night, it goes to darker places. It goes to things that I don't want to think about, things that I've actively avoided thinking about when I drink. I drink to fall asleep because it helps me to shut my brain off. That makes sense, right? The other thing I noticed when I told you guys that I had a few of those new brew drinks and I felt absolutely horrendous and didn't fall asleep till 6 a.m., I felt horrible. Physically, mentally I felt horrible too, but I knew why. It was like I felt bad because of a substance, right? I feel bad because of alcoholic substances. That's why I quit drinking. That's why I'm not gonna have the new brews again. But I realized something the next night when I, hadn't had the new brews. When I was back to just trying to fall asleep normally, I was like, damn, I don't feel horrendous because of anything that I drank or anything that I did. I just feel myself. I feel like I'm in my own brain. And I realized the whole substance abuse, the addiction to alcohol, the addiction to something that takes me out of my own reality is because I prefer that to being in my own reality. I was like, I don't feel that terrible, but I almost prefer feeling terrible to feeling what I feel in my head. Does that make sense? So I'm kind of like addicted to suffering in a way. I'm addicted to not feeling what's going on in here. I don't know how else to put it. I'm just explaining the same thing over and over again. But I think I've had that realization before, but every once in a while it just smacks you right in the face. You're like, whoa, that's my issue. I don't like being me, so I try everything I can to not feel like me or like the way my brain makes me feel. So yeah, an antidepressant, an SSRI type situation's probably a next step, but we're gonna go through the whole sobriety thing a little bit longer before I'm like, let's get me on some drugs. All right, I gotta eat my breakfast now and then we can chat a little more. I can find some other things to do for this video since it's a Wednesday. We're posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Is that backwards? I don't know, fuck it. I'm mid-chew, but I had to turn the camera back on just to say something. I woke up today because I was supposed to hop on a call with the tax people because my tax guy was calling tax people and I had to authorize the tax people to let my tax guy do the phone call on my behalf. So I set an alarm for 8:30. I woke up 15 minutes before my alarm, 8:15 a.m., folks. Anyway, I ended up not actually needing to be on the phone call, but I was up. So I got up today. By 9 o'clock, I was out of bed, which is great timing for me. That's 2 to 2.5 hours earlier than typical wake up time for me. So I decided to roll with it. We're gonna go through the day. I'm a little bit tired because I went to bed at like 3:34. I think I got like 4 hours and 30 minutes of sleep. So I'm gonna take some suggestions from the comments in my YouTube videos here. Get up early, no matter how much you slept. No naps. Muscle through the day, even if you're a little tired, a little uncomfortable. Knock yourself into a good sleep schedule. This is the first time that I've woken up this early in a very long time. And I actually went to bed relatively early, like getting almost 5 hours of sleep and still getting up at 8:15. That's not bad. I was in bed at 2. I just didn't go to sleep right away. I was watching this new anime It's not new, but it's an anime that's new to me. I haven't seen it. They said a line in the anime too. Sometimes animes drop these lines and I'm like, yeah. But this one is something that I've said all the time. And it was like the girl in the show was like, do you know why they're awake and they're up so late? It's because they're not satisfied with how their day went. And I was like, I've said that before. I've explained that I stay up late because I feel like I didn't do enough during the day. So I just like, I go into the night until I'm like fully fucking ready to pass out because I just feel like my day hasn't been fulfilling enough. But I just love seeing things like that in a show where like, I've never seen that like said out loud in a show before, but now something that I say and I think, I just saw someone else say it in a show. Wow, cool. Okay, back to eating. Guys, I took an ice bath yesterday without filming, and oh my God, it was horrible. Also, holy shit, it's colder this morning because I woke up early and put ice cubes in before it had been sitting out in the sun for hours. Yee! It's gotta be at least 5 degrees colder than usual. God damn. I feel like I gave you most of the update already before I got in the ice bath. But yeah, my itching is kind of starting to really subside, and I'm super excited about that. I'm excited to be posting 3 times a week instead of every single day because I do enjoy the consistency and posting every single day, but being able to have like full days where I don't have this to do feels like it's a good thing for me because I'll be able to devote my time to some other things. And yesterday I didn't stream, but I did take care of a lot of other things that I wanted to get done. So I'm happy about that. And it's kind of interesting because it's not like it takes me so much time to film and edit the stuff that I'm filming and editing. It's just the fact that I am doing it. It's kind of like having a scheduled phone call for like 4 p.m. and being like, shit, what do I do before then? Like, knowing that you have an obligation later makes it harder to do things before that obligation. At least that's just the way that I kind of operate. I don't know. I know I have OCD. My therapist at one point told me that she thinks I have OCD and ADHD. I am curious, you know, putting labels on things is interesting to me. I think that everyone has some form of something and partially forms of everything, you know, like just like specific quirks that can be put into buckets of, I don't know if I actually have either one of the things. I just seem to have traits from both of them. Wow, it's really cold today. I'm definitely getting some ice bath benefits. If I don't usually get them, today I am. And I think I already mentioned this, but yesterday, sitting in the ice bath without having a camera to talk to was pure hell. This is the ultimate distraction. It makes it so much better to be able to just chit chat with my camera while I'm in here. So thank you guys for being here to listen to me while I'm sitting in this cold ice bath and my nuts are shriveling up into my stomach. Well, that's enough of that. I'm done.